Hello, everyone. I am super excited today. I am doing something a little bit different. I am coming to you live from my personal page. I wanted to see the difference between doing it here and doing it with the Go for Goals. And what I'm doing now is inviting a very special guest. I know a lot of you know that I started out doing network marketing. And so the reason that I got into personal development was that I wanted to be better at network marketing. That I wanted to be better was because of this lady right here that's about to come on. She's very special. There she is. Hello. Hi. So this is Marietta Miller. She's a presidential diamond with Itworks. My person that brought me into the company, Sam, was brought in by Marietta. She had come out to California and met Sam, and then we ended up being friends and having just a fantastic friendship, relationship that I absolutely love. And for those of you that don't know, network marketing is absolutely a fantastic way to get yourself out of debt, to make some extra money, and actually be able to even leave those other jobs behind. You can go in and do this. And I personally, was struggling. I had a full-time job, but I had a husband that didn't really want to participate in the income portion of our marriage. And so I was looking for something else to do, and I got involved with Itworks. In fact, I have my green glasses on in honor for you.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, I put an Itworks shirt on. I'm all like, I love Itworks. I love the products. I love the people. I love just how I felt within the group. Now, I live in San Diego, you guys, and how awesome this group is Marietta's in Indiana, Tiffany's in Indiana. I want to move to Indiana because I just want to be around all of these people because I love it so much. So welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Hi.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. I'm just so proud. I'm so proud of your journey and how you've just grown and just jumped into your destiny feet first since I've met you. So it's just beautiful to see.
Yeah, thank you so much. The funny thing is too, is when I first started Itworks, it was a tax write-off, remember?
Mm-hmm.
I liked the
And
product.
you love the skincare.
Yes, the wow. It was
Yeah.
the wow and the facials. That's really my thing. And for those of you who are getting to be around my age, like 49, 50, the estro rhythm. Man, if I could just sell those three products, oh my gosh, that would just be, that's it. That's all I want to do. Those three things. I tell people about it all the time. All the time.
Well, I'm telling you, you're one of the best 49, almost 50-year-olds I've ever seen. You look like you are way younger than that. So,
Yay! Thank you. Thank you.
and this is
I have
one of
amazing skincare.
Yes, this is one of my favorite products. And did you see that it's BOGO right now till the 31st?
No,
It is
no.
this retails for $75 and it's buy one get one.
Oh my God.
Wholesale 49. So this is my absolute liquid gold favorite product, hands down.
That's just like the thing for you.
Yes.
Almost everything that I've tried, even like the keto stuff came out, the keto coffee.
Oh,
I
love the
see a
keto
lot of
coffee.
people. I'm watching Nicole Marshall. I'm like, watch what she does. She's posting a lot of stuff online. And, the thing is for me, what happened was you and I, there was like a contest, like that, something that was going on with Itworks. And I decided at the same time that my husband decided not to participate, I decided, you know what, I'm going to be successful at Itworks. Either I have to get another job or I have to become successful at network marketing. So those of you out there, I don't know if you know this, but I've joined 8 network marketing companies, 8. And I always knew that there was something right about them, that it was where I was supposed to be. I just didn't really know how to do it. Itworks is the only one that I haven't quit, which is which is good, but I still use the products and absolutely love it. So what happened was there was a challenge and I was like, I am going to get all these people signed up, and I started doing fantastic, right? And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden something happened, and I jumped online, and I believe I was watching a video. It was either Amber or Denise Walsh. Probably Denise Walsh. I was watching a training video because
Love
I
Denise.
decided, yeah, I decided, you know what, I'm going to be great at this. I'm going to just overcome whatever it is that's happened, and so that I can be successful at this. And right as soon as Denise Walsh's video ended, one started with Jack Canfield. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do what he's talking about, like get from where I am to where I want to be. And then one thing led to another, led to another. And now I realize, you know, I had these emotional blocks. I had things keeping me from asking. I was afraid to ask people for a sale, even though I love the products. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And they're like, yay. And I'm like, bye. And I'm like, oh, wait, you got to say, do you want to buy it? Would you like to purchase this also? But through that process of learning and training and doing some personal development, which Mark and Cindy, I mean, and you and Tiffany, everybody's really into personal development and working on yourself. I fixed myself. And then instead of jumping back in and working exclusively with Itworks, what I want to do is help everybody. So it just came to me to be an accountability partner and then help people get from where they are to where they want to be. Right?
Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's where I am now. I still promote, like, I love Mary Kay eye makeup remover. You know, I love those Scentsy. I love Scentsy. So
yeah.
I'm all for it. And anyone's business that they're doing, I think it's fantastic. But I'm really, my favorite is Itworks and the whole family. So I would like you to talk a little bit about it. Like, how did you tell your story. I've been talking a lot. Tell your story.
Well, thank you. So I'll just give you a little bit of basics, because when I first started, I was very much like you. I didn't know. I think two things I didn't understand. I've always loved network marketing, and I had I was at a meeting, actually, of an Amway meeting when I was 10 that my parents were throwing, and I got the concept. I was watching in the bedroom through the cracked door. I was watching the guy write on a whiteboard and talk about the concept of 1% of 100 people's efforts versus 100% of your own, and how if you work together and create networks, how everybody can win together, and it's not just one man for himself. And he was really talking, and it hit me that it's really quite a lot like Jesus in the Bible. He talked about,
Are you there? Can you see me? It kind of froze up a little bit. Hello. Do you have? Let me try. I'm going to try to invite her back again, because this is a fantastic story and I don't want anyone to miss it. Let me see. So add onto the camera. She should be back on real quick. There you are.
Sorry about that. I got a phone call. I'm on my phone and I got a phone call. I thought you said to have the do not disturb off. And so
yeah.
Anyway, when the phone call came in, I hit cancel, but it kind of shut me off and froze me. So sorry about that.
That's okay. That's what happens. But if you put it on do not disturb, then it's almost like on airplane mode, and you can't have conversations, you can't hear, you can't see. So it is what it is, but I'll just invite you back. If that happens, I'll just invite you back on, and it'll be.
I let the people know that I was chatting with, I let them know not to text me till I text them back, because I'm going to be interviewed by a very famous person and I need to have some privacy.
You know what? I just wanted to say hello to Carol and Edie. Edie's watching. Trisha Pleasant was in Train the Trainer. She was in there with Denise Walsh, graduated, I think, the year before I did. She did the whole Jack Canfield training program.
That's awesome.
So that's probably why she was following the one. So anyways, back to you. You were in your room and you had a realization, an aha moment.
I did. I had an aha moment that really that's networking is actually what Jesus promoted of all people. He actually promoted networking. He was the best networker. He talked to a few who talked to a few who talked to a few who talked to the whole world. And so I thought, well, if it was good for him, it's probably good for us, you know. But I love the idea that it's not about just me. It's about me doing a little bit and helping other people do a little bit, and everyone gets to win and everybody gets to become better. And when a leader gets better, everyone wins. But I think what I didn't realize that I didn't understand two things, because I was like you, I joined so many different ones. I couldn't wait to turn 18 so I could sign up, because my parents told me I couldn't sign up at 10. And so, you know, dream stealers, they wouldn't let me sign up to be a network marketer at 10 years old. So I couldn't wait to turn 18 so I could sign up. And I just signed up with the first one that I found. I didn't do any research. I didn't understand two things. Now looking back, I didn't understand timing. And I didn't understand that people buy me, not the products. And when I talk about timing, it's not just timing of the company, but it's also my personal timing. And so what I did in those other companies that I signed up for that I never made any money in before Itworks, I learned a lot about myself, and I did that personal. I learned to become more of who I was. I learned who I was. I learned that people buy from people they trust, not just because someone who has good products. And then so my timing had to be right, and also the timing of a company. It's not smart to get involved in a company. Or let's just put it this way. It's smarter to get involved in a company after they're in business long enough to know that they're stable and before they've gone to $1 billion. And so if you can get into that timing where you can position yourself in front of a trend before it becomes a trend, and you know that the company is solid, and you know that the company has integrity from the top down, you know that everything is good. So you want to make sure you join a company that's not only good, but is good for you, is a good fit for you. When I had decided, when I joined Itworks, it was kind of like I was along this journey of getting healthy in all 5 areas of life. And then here's Itworks. They're on a mission to do the same thing. So it was just like this journey of this marriage. We both keep going. It wasn't like I had to, it was so much in alignment with who I am at my core that it just was a perfect marriage. It was a match made in heaven. So, and when I found Itworks, or when Itworks found me, I was very bankrupt in a lot of areas. And so Itworks really taught me, when I met Mark and Cindy and Dr. Don and Pam and the corporate culture, I saw that they're good. The head is good. And if the head is good, the body will be good, right? If our head is right, our body's going to be good, you know? And so the same thing. So I just knew that because they are so much about becoming who God created us to be, that I can trust to partner with them. And then I found out how amazing the products were, and it was like a done deal. I'm like hook, line, and sinker. 2.5 years later, more in love than I was then. So
yeah, it's just every time they come out with something, it's just always top of the line. Share with me a little bit, because I kind of know what I told you is I feel like they kind of have accountability built into just the structure of like how it gets started, you know, even like how do you see accountability playing? How do you see that Mark and Cindy and Pam all just kind of built that in so that you're accountable as a team member?
Yes, that's such a good question. And I love that about them, is because one of the reasons I believe that Itworks is so successful is because both Pam and Mark were in the field with building their own businesses in other businesses before they started Itworks. So they're not just business owners. They're network marketers. And so they understand the value of giving the field the tools, and they understand what the field goes through. So many times, just like you and those other companies, I signed up, and then what? I was all excited and all motivated and all fired up, but then what? I didn't have anything that helped me, and that employee mentality that you talk about on your website. Like, we have the mentality of we go to work and we do what we're told to do. That's employee mentality. Well, that doesn't work. That mindset doesn't work when you are the CEO of your own business. And so the way that Mark and Pam and Cindy, the way that they have the structure set up is that they have a system that's in place to hold you accountable. And then they also have when we sponsor someone, there's groups, there's calls, they do everything. They make it a community. And so it's like there's so much accountability that's just built in that if you will follow if you will follow those things, you will start to learn to think like a CEO rather than like an employee. But you can start right away with your employee mentality. You can start right away becoming successful as you take those accountability steps. And so I think then when someone sponsors you in the business, or you find someone, if your sponsor isn't good for accountability, you can find someone in your upline, your sideline, someone who you can just talk to daily with that will encourage the best out of you, that will, tell you, hey, you said you were going to do this. What? Are you giving up on your dreams? Because if we're left to our own devices, left to our own mind, we're just not gonna do it always. So I would never have made it to where I'm at today if it hadn't been for accountability, both within the company and with my sponsor, my sidelines, my team, and understanding that it's really truly about relationships and about pulling out the best in people that's already there. Have you seen the Trolls movie?
No, not yet.
It's an amazing movie. And Poppy, the troll with the pink hair, that's always all about being happy.
Oh, wait, yeah.
She says something very profound in there. If you Google popular Poppy quotes, she says, there's greatness in everybody. Sometimes you just need a little help to get it pulled out of you. And that's what I truly believe accountability did for me, is the people who were my accountability people pulled out what was already inside of me. They didn't put things in me. They pulled out what was already in me because they could see it when I couldn't.
That's the thing about why I'm doing what I do. So for my service is just like a daily 2-minute call. So in network, so we're just going to use Itworks as an example, everybody, because that's where we're at and that's what we're talking about. But usually within the first 30 days, they're going to want you to do something, and they set it up so that you get rewarded for doing certain things in the beginning when you first get started. It helps you jumpstart your business. So that part is kind of like the easy part, because a lot of us are reward centered. It's just like, okay, if I could just do this in the first 30 days, and then all of a sudden, now I'm a ruby, now I'm an emerald, now I'm a diamond, you just keep following that over and over. But a lot of people, and if you look at the numbers, even within Itworks, but all in network marketing, they all get excited at first, and then it kind of seems to like wane off. It falls apart, and it's not the company. It's usually in our heads. It's something within us. We hear a lot of, oh, I don't have a good upline. I don't have, support. If somebody would do this the market, this is what I hear. The market's, flooded. The market's flooded. There's no more customers for me. And that's really just not true. It's really not. It's just that we have a fear inside us, probably, that we're just not even aware of, that we're not going to be successful, or that we're not good enough or something. And so by creating this accountability partnership, if you can find someone within your company to help you, to be your accountability partner, that's fantastic. If you're struggling, to find that person, I call it's like a hotel wake-up call. It's like, good morning, what are your goals for today? And you're like, okay, I'm going to call 5 people. I'm going to put some Facebook content out. I'm going to comment on other people's posts. You have specific things that you're going to do. And they're awesome. I'll see you tomorrow. And then I call you the next day and I'm like, how'd you do? And you're like, I did this and this and this. And I'm like, that's awesome. What do you want to do tomorrow? And it's really like, I provide like a 2-minute service that just goes, daily, Monday through Friday, to help keep people on track. That is only one way of doing it. If you can, go, if your upline's not helping you, go to their upline and their upline and their upline. You had people not even, let's see, Tiffany's, it's like a sideline, like Nicole. Is Nicole on your team? Nicole's under Tiffany, right?
Yeah, Tiffany. Nicole is a sideline to me, and we worked together a lot when I was out there. And she, you guys worked with her. Like she took, I helped with her team. Some of her teammates, like they come to me. My teammates go to her. Like we just co-work this thing because we all have one goal in mind: is all to become better and all change our lives for the better.
Yeah, Nicole's like, Trina, just come over here, and it's like, getting invitations to go, spend time with other people. So it doesn't have to be, that's not an excuse to fail, or is, to say it doesn't work, is to say, your upline, like I personally got started with Itworks, absolutely loved it, but I got onto a training mode and now I have my own business. So I'm not doing Itworks as a business right now, but if I ever wanted to do that and go that direction, it would definitely be where I would go. But do something. So I have Go for Goal, so accountability, so I help people get to where they are. What do you do personally on like a regular basis or a daily basis that helps people get from where they are to where they want to be?
Well, I think the most important thing is to find out what they really want. And a lot of times the first thing that people say to you that they really want is not what they really want. And one of the things I love so much about Itworks is that they encourage us to do and be who we are. And so Itworks for a lot of us is a vehicle to get us positioned for what our biggest destiny call in life is. And for me, I love coaching. I love life coaching. I love health in every area. I love freedom in every area. And without Itworks, my journey with Itworks helped me I was, like I said, I was spiritually bankrupt, financially bankrupt, emotionally bankrupt, physically bankrupt. I was so bankrupt, I couldn't even pay attention. Like that cliche that they say, you're so broke, you can't pay attention. That was me, right? Every way. And so I truly believe God aligned me with Itworks because he knew that Itworks was in my destiny. I was going to get the networks, the partnerships, the people, the life skills, the accountability, all the things that I needed to get to where I wanted to go was all within Itworks. And so without that, I got my life back. I got back on my feet financially. I got healthy. For the first time, I'm 43 now, and I feel healthier than I ever have in my life. And I was able to meet people who helped me learn to hear the voice of God more clearly. I was able to have prayer partners. I was able to do ministry. I was able to do the things that really make me come alive because of partnership with Itworks. And so, so I really truly believe that Itworks. When we always talk about when we come underneath an umbrella of something. So Mark Pentecost is really good at putting great teams together. You'll hear him say, I'm really good at putting great teams together. Well, guess what? If I come underneath his umbrella, if I say yes to Itworks and I partner with Itworks, then I'm saying I'm coming underneath that beautiful thing that he has. And so I then can put teams together. And so I think for accountability for me is I help people think bigger picture, and I help them get out from their own what they're in, because our facts of life right now is not always our truth. Just because we're in something right now does not define us. It doesn't make us who we are. It doesn't say anything about our destiny. It's something to work through, something to learn through and heal through and grow through, but it doesn't define us. So I think one of the things that I'm good at is helping people to see who they really are, what they really want, and what they're willing to get through to get there. And so I just don't believe the first thing that comes out of someone's mouth that's really what they want. Because people will say that they want to make $5,000 a month. Well, why do you want to make $5,000 a month? And so I think mine is a little bit more tough love and getting people to think for themselves and thinking outside of the box rather than just looking at the surface and thinking they want to change that.
Yeah, I know for me, one of my first things was like, I think my exact words were like, I want to be rich. I just didn't want to be, and that's not really what it is. It's not about the money. It's about having a sense of security. It's about feeling comfortable. It's about releasing stress, spending time with my family, enjoying the people around me. And when you're worried about, where the rent's going to come from, and you don't have that, relationship with God or friends, those strong relationships in your life, it's really, really hard. So when someone says, what do you want? You're like, money. But it's almost like a canned answer. You're just, exactly what it is that you want,
People are always looking for purpose. And there's a saying in our business that people will join for the money, but they stay for the feeling. And the way I interpret that is everyone wants to belong to something. Why do we think there's gangs, right? Because people feel a sense of belonging. Why do we think there's church? Because people want to belong to something, right? And so if we can create a community of people who are committed to becoming better and who are committed to link arms and do it together, and who are committed to speak life into each other, to see the best in each other and not tear each other down, that creates a culture where people can belong and people can truly be free to find their purpose and really truly blossom in that. And one of the things I love about you and me and our relationship is that at the beginning, that's what we did. We would just talk on Voxer, and you would just tell me what you want to do, and we were just talking. I saw so much in you that you didn't see it yourself at that time because of your circumstances in life. And so it's so fun for me. Like, I never am upset with people if they go into their purpose and that's not working, that's not going Ambassador Diamond with Itworks Global. I'm okay with that. In fact, I'm so excited for that. I just know that everyone came into my life for a reason, for me to speak life into them, for me to see the greatness in them that they don't see themselves, and to connect them with their creator. Because ultimately that's what we all are looking for, is a true connection, a true love connection to our creator and then to other people.
Yeah. And I so felt that with you. I just felt that, for those of you, so for those of you that don't know Marietta, it's like having a conversation with her is like, well, you know what? You're getting to see it right now. You're getting to see it on this Facebook Live, but it kind of gave me that feeling that I could just do more. Like I wanted to do more with my life, but I was so stuck in this, my husband was an alcoholic, and it was struggling and financial and this, and I had so many things going on in my head, that it was hard for me to see the bigger picture. And I just remember, your words of, you can do this, you're just, look what you've already accomplished, and you've already gone from here to here, and you just kept encouraging. So I kind of took it at your word that I'm like, I can do better. I can do this. And so I'm just going to do what I have to do to be good at this. And then one thing led to another. And I really believe that things are put in your life at the time that they're supposed to, and they come up when so I had signed up for Itworks, I think like almost a year before, maybe 8 or 9 months before I signed, but I think I signed up like in April. I think I signed up like in April and started going through all this stuff. But in the following December, is when I was introduced to like the Jack Canfield. And then I started doing the training with him and all of these things. But I wasn't ready to hear the Jack Canfield stuff if I wouldn't have been with Itworks.
Yes.
I wasn't ready for personal development. And at the time I was 47. I turned 48. So when I first heard of Jack Canfield, so I think I was 47, now I'm 49. So it hasn't even been that long. But 3 years ago, if someone would have said to me, like I was in this other network marketing company, and it was a travel company. And I was like trying to like, oh my God, you need to do this. And I was like kind of shoving my stuff down other people's throats. And, I think it was Danny Johnson said, you don't catch a fish with cheesecake. You catch a fish with worms. So even though you love cheesecake, not everybody else is going to love cheesecake. But here I was trying to be successful at this business and trying to give everybody my cheesecake, right? And that's not what they were wanting. And so I kind of thought that network marketing wasn't for me because I didn't know. I wasn't that good at it, And so coming into Itworks and having the support and the support system and being able to see that, man, if I'm really excited about something, then that's okay. It's a numbers thing. There might be 25, 30, 100 people that aren't interested in what I'm doing, but there's how many people are in Itworks now? There's millions out there that are, and there's billions of people in the world. So I do like keynotes. I do keynotes talks on, they're called RAS talks, responsibility plus accountability equals success. So if you're thinking about joining Itworks, if you're thinking about joining Itworks or joining a network marketing team, number one, go see Marietta and just let her know, hey, tell me more about this company. Number two, take responsibility for it. Say, hey, this is my business, my company. What do I need to do to be successful? And three, get an accountability partner to make sure you do all the little steps that you need to do. And you're gonna be sitting on an island, right?
Absolutely.
It's gonna happen.
Absolutely.
It's gonna happen.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. How long have you been doing this now?
7.5.
With Itworks?
So I've been in the business 7.5 years. I worked very consistently the first 4, and then I had a really bad major car accident. And I really want to speak a little bit about the power of residual income because of that. So I had built to the level of presidential diamond, and I was making a really good income, good 6-figure income. I had a thriving team. I was on track to go to the highest level in the company. I was on track to get a $150,000 bonus with which I was going to build a seawall and a backyard. And I was on track to do all that. There was synchronization going on. I had just moved back from San Diego to Indiana. I was out there for 4 months. And so, and then a car accident, boom, everything, hit me. And I had a brain injury and just concussion, post-concussion syndrome. Could not work my business for nearly 2 years. But because of the consistency of 4 years, and because of the people, the leaders that I had poured into, because of the team that I had, because of Tiffany and the sideline teams and people pulling together, my team could continue on without me working. And I was still able to reap the benefits of residual income for those 2 years. And if I would have had to show up, if I would have not shown up at an actual job for 2 years, I would have not had a job anymore. And so in that time, so while I had created this residual income and was able to go through 2015 being the worst year of my life, going through a bad car accident, a brain injury, a divorce, a whole house remodel, a cross-country move, like all in 1 year. Like there was no way I could keep up with in my mind. I just got in the boat and napped with Jesus, honestly. I mean, I didn't know. I just learned not to look at the storms, right? And so, but because of the character that I had built in network marketing, in getting to know the voice of God, I had built so much more than just a residual income, so that when that accident happened, I had the tools and the residual income to be able to heal and take some time off and just be, and to get at the feet of Jesus and to connect with God and to really learn what it was that I was about, because I didn't have to worry about my bills being paid. And so I think that that's when I truly understood the power of residual income and consistency with business. What you can build in 4 years. We often overestimate what we can do in 1 year, and we underestimate what we can do in 5, right? And so in that 4 years, I had created a multi-level layered business, and I had such great, amazing people that wanted to keep building their own businesses, whether I was there or not. And of course, when you stop working for 2 years, of course, it doesn't keep growing. It will go backwards. But still, to find that after those 2 years, I still made more money each year than I did when I was a full-time massage therapist was completely mind-blowing to me. And so that's what I tell people. People will oftentimes take themselves out in their first 30 days because they're not rich yet. They're like, well, this didn't work for me because I'm not making $1 million yet. Well, guess what? My first paycheck was like $56. But 4 years later, I was making a 6-figure income. And it carried me through, and I got paid month after month after month on the work that I had already done from a very terrible injury. And so I just think that that's why I'm loyal forever to the bone to Itworks Global, because they have never once not done what they said they were going to do. They have never once not paid me. They have never once not encouraged me when I reached out. They have never once not been everything that they said they were going to be. And they have never once put out a product that does less than what they say it will do. And I'm just 100% loyal to them. And it's been 7.5 years, and I couldn't love it anymore.
Isn't that awesome to know that you're like in the place where you were meant to be? Like you're just, it's that feeling inside you. Like you can feel it, it's like, that you're where you're, it's more than just the initial excitement. Cause initially we all get excited about lots of stuff. But I mean, you guys, you're looking at living proof here. Here it is 7 years later, and you're still just as excited, you know, about the company that you're with. I just think that Itworks is amazing. I think that you're amazing. So, and so you and Tiffany, had you worked together you worked together previously, right?
Well, I had not really. I had just known her from a previous company, but I was not in her organization. I was in a sideline organization.
Uh-huh.
So I just heard her in front of the room. I didn't really know her. But
Uh-huh.
I had always known that her and Nolan had integrity, and I always knew that they were happy people and that they loved people and that I could trust them because they always had such integrity. And so when she reached out to me about Itworks, I knew two things. I knew, number one, the company was good or she wouldn't be a part of it. And number
Right.
two, that I had actually put on a goal card when I was in that other company and was not working with her. I had actually put on a blue goal card. I would love to work with Tiffany one day. And I didn't realize it until I was working with her that had come true. So when you go for your goals, it truly, truly does work. When you write it down, you can make it happen. And what you said earlier about it's more of a depth than the new excitement. It's kind of like a new relationship. When you start dating someone, there's that romantic puppy love type thing, and you're excited, but you have no stability. You have no record with that person. You have no relationship with that person. But if you continue on daily doing something for 7.5 years with that person, then you have a foundation, and you have it's more of a coming home than that early excitement. So if people were to understand that early romantic giddy excitement is just the puppy love that we need to keep us motivated towards our daily consistency, more people would be successful.
Yeah. There's somebody wrote it. I can't remember who wrote it. Maybe, you know, there's a book called 3 Feet from Gold. And about people, like you're just almost there. How many people quit when they're 3 feet from goal? Like right when you just feel like this isn't working. You know what? Even not that I'm never going to quit my business, but this came up just last week on Sunday and Monday. I was like having some doubts. I was having some fears. I was having I don't want to get out of bed day. On Tuesday, I was like, okay, get up. You got to go do this. You got to push through this. You know, it's going to be fantastic. And I went to a women's group, and I put myself in a group of women who were uplifting, who were just in the area where in the place where I wanted to be. Abigail's on there. She's watching. Abigail was there. But I was able to open up and share with amazing women, like how I was feeling and how I was struggling. And that helped release that energy. And I came out of that like more energized, more excited, more on top. So everyone has bad days. Everyone, and they said this, like, who here has felt the same way as Trina? And almost everybody in the room raised their hand. And it was just like, okay, it's not always unicorns and rainbows. It's sometimes you're going to have, you know, a day where somebody quits your team, or, you know, you didn't get the sale that you thought, but you've put so much into it, and you've spent so much time and so much investment, and you're in such a positive place that you can't help but be successful. And with Itworks, you're around so much positivity and so many people that are uplifting. I remember at conference, somebody was saying that Cindy went around and blessed every single chair in the room.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you know you have that kind of love and that kind of support coming down from the top, you know, just stick with it and do it. It's an amazing, amazing company, and I just can't say enough about it. So did you have a specific partner that you worked with, like, or was Tiffany your partner? Was she your accountability partner?
She was, but here's what I wanted to say about accountability. It's not always the same person for everything. And so what I've learned is that we become who the top 5 people are that we hang around the most. And so if we have it, so it's not only important for us to be a person of accountability, but it's also important for us to have the right accountability to go to. So Tiffany was my go-to accountability for how to work my business, because she had gone the way before me and she knew from experience. But then so then maybe, let's say I needed something that I wanted to pray through, I would call Kyler. And Kyler was Tiffany's upline. If I wanted to talk about, you know, maybe, I don't know, just like vision of the company, I would call Cammie, because Cammie was Kyler's sponsor. Or if I wanted to talk through something that I was struggling with, like, oh my gosh, I just heard 10 no's and I know this girl would be so good and I'm so bummed out because I've just been expecting her to say yes. I might call, you know, Nicole Marshall, my sideline, or someone else, like knowing who to call for what. Because you don't ever call someone who's in the same place as you with the thing that you're working through, because that will only cause you both to go spiral downward.
Yes.
It's important to know that your accountability is not feeling sorry for each other with each other. That is not accountability. That is a pity party.
Right.
And so it's important to understand that when you go, I'm not going to go get advice or feedback from someone on my marriage from someone who is not in a good marriage.
Right.
I'm not going to ask someone who doesn't have children how to parent my child. I'm not going to ask someone who has, I'm not going to ask my great uncle who has never had any type of success in any type of network marketing business if Itworks is a good company to join. I'm not going to ask someone who's never published a book if my article is good that I'm going to want to publish. So knowing where to go and always going where someone who can lift you up. So my number one rule is be someone who, when someone comes, my goal is when someone comes into my life, they leave better than they came there. So my goal for myself is to find people who make me better, who bring me up higher, who have gone the way before me. If I'm the smartest person in the room, then I need to find a new room. So it's not only about having great accountability, it's about understanding where to find your accountability. So I've never just had one single accountability partner, but I've always had an accountability partner. So it's important to know because if I ask someone something, so because yours is go for goals, like you can help me with any goals that I set. You can probably help me with that because goals is your thing, right? So, but I'm going to know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to know that where to go. And here's the thing. We always, if we get quiet and we listen, we always ask, believe, receive, right? Asking it is given. That's principle of the Bible. And it's a law of the universe as well. And so always asking, like I always ask, okay, who's the person that I should call when I need coaching in this area?
Yes.
I'm not going to call my best friend and have a bemoaning session. Like you could have, that day when you woke up not feeling great, you could have called your best friend and said, I need wine. This is a sucky day. Feel sorry for me. But you didn't. You said, I'm going to find some women that will lift me out of this, that will help me.
And it works.
Myself out of this.
And you know, and that's really smart thinking. You know, a lot of people are just, I am literally mind blown that I didn't know. I'm not mad, but I didn't know this stuff 3 years ago. I had no idea. I was living my life by default rather than by design.
Yes.
I was just going along with the things that were happening at, you know, my job, at home, you know, with my daughter. You know, I had a grandson. I was happy. You know, I thought everything was great. I was, you know, but I was just kind of every day. It was just like, I was reacting. You know, I wasn't choosing how my day was going to go. And I had no idea that I could.
Yes. Because most people think that life happens to us. We don't happen to life. And that is just not true. It's just not true. We were created for greatness and more. And we have a destiny that we get to walk out. Yes. And we get to, every day, we get to tell our time where to go. We get to, you know, it's like we get to choose. Are we going to choose love or are we going to choose fear? I mean.
Yes. That reminds me, I was taking Jameson down to get in the car and he was crying. My little grandson, he's 4. And he's like, you made me mad. And I was like, no, honey, I didn't make you mad. You're choosing to be mad. It's a choice every day. You can choose to be mad or you can choose to be happy. And he's like, well, you made me cry. And I was like, no, honey, you're choosing to cry. You can choose to laugh or you can choose to cry, but it's a choice every day. And all of a sudden I just started laughing and I can't wait until his mom gets in the car and says, Jameson, you're pissing me off. And he's like, no, mommy, you're choosing to be mad. You know it's coming. It's a choice, Mom. You have a choice. You don't have to be mad.
That's so awesome. But you don't, isn't it so awesome to see that you can start teaching him these principles at 4
Yes.
that you didn't know till 47? And the reality is that that's part of the redemption of our stories, is that when we start, any one of us, any human being on the planet, any of us 7 billion humans, when we start to truly live in destiny, that impacts everyone around us. It impacts everyone around us in a positive way, no matter if we use words or if we don't. Just simply our vibration is raising, we're raising our standard of living. We're saying yes to the greatness that is inside of us, that was always there. And that changes people. That helps change other people, because free people, free people.
Yeah, my relationships have totally changed. I have, I mean, I love everybody, but that thing, you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. I hang around with just different people. I hang around with spiritual people. I hang around with uplifting people. I can say that Jack Canfield's my friend. I can say Marietta's my friend, and Linda West is my friend. And I have these people in my life that we bring each other up. So Jack has something he calls the Ain't It Awful Club. It's like you go down to the bar and everybody sits around talking about, ain't it awful? Or you can go, 3 miles down the street and now you're at a country club and you're hanging around with people that are talking about this business deal they did, and they're just really, really happy with where they are. And it's like, I'm not a drinker, but those are the people that I want to hang around with. And it's a choice. And I'm like, oh, that's like God's greatest gift. It's like, I have these friends. They have it's a nonprofit they do. It's Chris and Angie Neerum and Joyce Downs and Joanna Blackstock. I want to say her last name the right way. Anyways, it's called Choice is Your Superpower. I think that's their thing. And it's like, we all have a choice, and it's just creating awareness. So for me, doing these interviews and talking to people about accountability and the conversations that you and I get to have, like other people are watching. Hi, Abigail. Hi, Kelly. They're watching and they're like, oh, I have a choice? And we're just planting seeds. Look, we're just letting people know you have a choice. There is something better out there, that you can do something different with your life. You just got back from Colombia?
I did.
How exciting is that? Tell me about that.
Like, that's what I think about too. I would have never gone to Colombia had it not been for partnering with Itworks 7.5 years ago. And it wasn't Itworks that sent me. It was completely different. It was my heart of ministry that got to go and love on these people over there. But it was because of my alignment with Itworks, the people that I met, the relationships, it was all destiny. And I'm telling you, it felt like such destiny going there. I truly felt like I had been there before and I had met these people before, and it was no accident. It was not by reaction. It was total design and destiny. And it was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. And I'm just telling you, alignment is truly what I feel like accountability can help us do, is aligning with who we are, aligning with our destiny, aligning with the networks, aligning with the relationships, aligning with the provision. It's all alignment. The only struggle we should have in life is to get into the alignment. And the Bible actually says it this way, strive to enter into the rest. And we do everything from a place of rest. And when I think of using it language that like we would use, is basically the only struggle I should have is to get into alignment with my destiny. That's it. That's it.
Yes.
And accountability is so great for that.
You learn there's another thing, there's an exercise that Jack had us do. It's called on course, off course. And so you have everyone has an inner GPS. We have something that tells, and it's called our emotions. It's called our feelings. So when we're feeling anything, I was wearing a t-shirt yesterday my friend Terry Mays made. It's called Hope is as low as I go, but there's like an emotional scale. There's like joy and gratitude and love and just the amazingly good feelings that you have. Hey, Frank. And then underneath that is hope, and then it's contentment. And then you start to get like lower feelings of, boredom, anger, frustration, fear,
Guilt,
hatred,
shame,
guilt, resentment. All of those are like the negative negative emotions. So we all have, every single one of us, everyone watching here has an inner GPS. So if you're in a place, if you're coming from where it feels good, then you know you're in the right place, even though, well, I don't want to go down that road. But anyways, so if you start to feel negative feelings, that's your inner GPS saying, hey, this isn't where you're supposed to be. Something needs to change. And so then that gives you the opportunity to change a behavior or change the way you're doing. So if you join a network marketing company and then all of a sudden you start having fears, that doesn't mean quit the network marketing company. That means something's going on inside. Let's figure what that, yes, that's letting you know that there's something here. And do you know most of those feelings that they come from when we were children? Like we're basing all these fears and things that we have off from something that happened when we were a child, like, you know, between the ages, I think of like 3 and 11 or something. So those are like built into our DNA. So as an adult, you know, we see, like I have I worry about money. And it's like, you know, that's because when I was growing up, when my parents got divorced, we didn't have any. Mm-hmm. So I always have a fear that I'm not going to have any, but I didn't know that. But I carry that with me. And then once you learn what you have, I have a saying, you don't know what you don't know until you know it. So once you know it, that's awesome. Now you can fix it. Now you can get rid of it. Now you can let it go. You know, I'm going to have a very special guest. Michael Klein is going to be on, and he does RIM. It's regenerative imaging. He's going to kill me for not being able to say what it is. But anyways, it's just a process. It's just a process where you can just like let stuff go. And then all of a sudden that doesn't bother you anymore. So, but we all have choices and we learn about them as we grow. So I started in this relationship, found Itworks, wanted to be better, found Jack Canfield, launched my own company. And now I'm in this place where things are happening, you know, because they're designed. They're coming into me, you know, as they need. I walked on fire with Tony Robbins in July.
Wow.
I did that. And I never would have done that 3 years ago. Why would I do that? I would never even went to a Tony Robbins event.
Right.
You know, I had no desire. It had nothing. It was not part of my life. And people, I know you guys are all saying like, what do you mean you walked on fire? Yes, I did. I walked across hot coals, you know, and it's like, I didn't hurt myself. I got scared. I got really scared. Like right before I got up there, I'm like the one white girl that's going to burn up in front of all these people. There's like 40,000 people. No, there was 9,000 people at the United Center. And then I was like, you know what? If Oprah can do it, I can do it. If Oprah can do it, I can do it. And I got up there and they're like, you got this. And I just like walked. And at the other end, they grabbed me and pulled me back. And I was like, what, it's over? Like I was just walking. I can't believe I did it. I started crying because I had told myself if I could walk on fire, I could do anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And it's like, oh man, Trina, you can do anything now, right? So you are exactly where you're supposed to be. All of you watching are exactly where you're supposed to be. All of the good and the bad and the ugly are all supposed to be happening right now to you. You know, or as I say, like with my divorce, he didn't do anything to me. He did it for me.
Well,
because go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I don't necessarily, because for me, what was going on in my life, I stayed there because the pain to remain had not exceeded the pain to change. So if someone's inside, I'm going to say that if A Course in Miracles says, I could feel peace instead of this. So if you're in a place that you don't like, you have everything you need in you to get out of that place. So if things are happening that are not out, you know, and I'm not talking about companies or relationships, that type of There you are.
I'm here.
I
got a phone call.
I have this thing of it gets revealed to be healed. So if we start to feel an emotion that's below that hope line, if that means it's being revealed to us so that we can heal it, so it can be healed. And so I love that. And so I would say that if someone is, if things are happening right now that they don't like, that doesn't mean that it's supposed to be that way. It means that that's an opportunity to be healed if it's being revealed. So is that what you're saying? Because
yes. Yeah.
Because I was in this place where I was like, I cannot, no. But the pain to remain was worse than the pain to change. So I changed. And
wow, you should just like put that in a meme and it's like send it out there. I'm like, that's really good. It's the on course, off course. When if you're feeling like you're not supposed to be, if you're feeling negative emotions, that's creating awareness for you to do something to change that.
Yes.
And a lot of times all we need to do is to change that is change our circumstances. Jack says E plus R equals O, event plus response equals outcome. Event is, you're broke. Response is go cry about it. Or you could also join Itworks for what? $99?
Right now it's 20. I have coupon codes for $20.
Oh my God.
I know.
So for $20, you can sign up and you can hang out with Marietta every day.
I just you get a box of 4 wraps, and we have to pay, even as customers, as loyal customers, we have to pay $59 for a box of 4. They're getting their kit, their business builder kit with 4 wraps and 4 mini defining gels for $20 because I have coupon codes.
Oh, well, there you go.
I know.
All right. Well, I am so happy that you were on the show. I'm so glad that we got a chance to catch up and talk about this. I often cross post, so I'm going to post this here and I'll post it in Go for Goals. And if you could just like hop in under the comment section, everybody watching, if you want to get a hold of Marietta, you want to hear more about Itworks, you want to talk to her about her coaching program that she has, you can private message her. You just click on her and message her, but you can also, she'll put her links to her company or to Itworks if somebody's like looking for the gel or they're wanting to know how to sign up. Any way that you want to get a hold of Marietta, put that there. I'm going to put my Go for Goals information there too. So if anyone's looking to get an accountability partner that wants to do it, we have a free trial. You don't even have to put in a credit card. It's just like for 1 week, I will call you every morning, make sure you're on target with where you want to be. And then even if you do want to sign up, we do have I think if you sign up one day for the $99, the first time you get 2 weeks free. So you get 6 weeks of accountability partners for $99.
Wow.
And then after that, it's month to month and you can cancel whenever you want. But I personally wanted to do a free trial where I have a thing about people putting in credit card numbers and then they keep charging me and charging me and charging me and I forget to cancel. That is why for my business, I'm coming from your side and I put free, no credit card. I will call you for a week. You will get results and you're going to love it. And you're either going to sign up then and pay, or you're going to tell all your friends about it, that it works. And so it works.
Yes.
I love it. I still smile every time I say it works. I love it. So we'll put all that information in the comments section for everybody watching so they can get it. We had a really long, nice conversation. Normally they're not this long, but it was so much fun. I just didn't want to stop talking.
I know.
So it's fine. I don't care.
I just want to talk too. Now I'm going to go, and for you guys that are watching, one of the newest projects I'm working on is my very first Align workshop. And so I'm going to be going live on my personal page talking more about that, because we're going to be bringing Align workshops to a city near you. We're doing our first one here in my hometown, 2 miles down the street. And then we're going to be going into cities doing these all over the place. So you can watch me go live about that, because that's one of the projects that if it wasn't for Itworks, I would never be doing. So I'm excited about that.
Yay.
I know.
Well, thank you so much for being on. Thank you everybody for watching. Oh, this has just been so much fun.
I have one question for you.
Yes.
Can I do the free week trial too with you?
Absolutely.
Yay.
Absolutely. Of course you can.
Okay, I'm gonna sign up.
Of course you can.
I'm gonna sign up.
Okay, you know what? I'll send you the link and you can go, you can sign up, and then it's so easy because we just do an intake call that takes like 15 minutes maybe. It's just, okay, what are you working on? And you tell me your goals, and then we set up 5 goals for Monday. and then I call you on Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And so we just go and see like how it all works
Perfect.
out for you.
I want to do that. I saw it because I read through the website and I saw that, and I was almost clicked on it. Then I was like, I'll just ask you if I can do it. So.
Yes, you can.
Well,
so
thank you so much.
Thank you for being on. All right, everybody, have a fantastic day. It's Monday. You have a whole week to go out there and kill it. So just go for it. And I will see you all next time on Accountability and Me. Bye-bye. Bye, Marietta.